Hey, everybody, welcome to the SkyLounge podcast, episode number 267. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Follow me at the SkyLounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcast. And also check out the SkyLounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And without any further ado, let's get shit started with episode number 267, Salient and Striking Strides, the Sea of Sports, Updates, and Giggles. And boys and girls, we had a lot to giggle about, especially with the previous episode in episode number 266, which, by the way, it was meant to be a small segment of an episode, but it came in an entire separately recorded episode because the fucking Clippers blowing a 3-1 series lead against the Denver Nuggets was some epic level shit that my brain had to unload. But if you guys want to see that, go ahead and check out episode number 266. It's available on all the fucking platforms right now. So do that, bitches, because the Clippers are dead. And in the woke league of Chinese basketball, the Western Conference Final has finally been set. The Denver Nuggets taking on the LA Lakers. And I said this in episode 266. I think the Lakers are either going to win in 6 or 7, or the Nuggets win it in 5. I don't think there's any fucking middle ground to this shit, and it should be a great Western Conference Final, man. Hopefully, Lakers win and reach for ring 17. That's the ultimate goal here, right? Always is. Always is. And so, holds true in the Eastern Conference Final. And yes, boys and girls, game 1 was last night between the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. And this game goes into overtime where the Miami Heat win 117 to 114. And all I got to say is the Celtics blew this game. The Celtics absolutely blew this game. They should have not even been contesting to go into overtime. The Miami Heat, I'm telling you, they are my dark horse to win the entire NBA Finals because these guys are just talent laden everywhere. And I said this in episode 266 that if I see a Denver Nuggets and Miami Heat final, I would not even be mad. This Heat team is exciting to watch. Jimmy Buckets is absolutely phenomenal. This guy gets the clutch tray and the ball going the other way. Jason Tatum going in for the slam. But no! Bam Adebayo with the defensive block clutch with not even 10 seconds left. Miami sinks free throws and the Celtics lose. And of course, personally, I would love to see an NBA Finals between the Lakers and the Celtics. That's some epic level shit. But man, Miami really punched the Celtics in the mouth in game 1. And I don't really know if the Celtics will, come up from that in game 2. But it is going to be very curious to see what happens over there between Miami and Boston. But hey, man, sometimes the woke league of Chinese basketball has interesting narratives. If it's just left up to pure basketball, it's fun. But what happens, kids? What happens? It's always these goddamn political shit that gets intertwined and just makes the sport taste all sour, right? And really, even before the politics, what makes basketball such an interesting yet toxic sport is all these debating points that seem just so based on recency bias, and none more so than the all NBA teams that were announced today. And so the first team, you have LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic, and James Harden. James Harden is not a fucking all-NBA first teamer. Based on what fucking metric are you putting him in there? Because when you look at the second team, in Kawhi Leonard, Pascal Siakam, Chris Paul, Nikola Jokic, and Damian Lillard. Yeah, Lillard, Harden, in my mind, these guys are third teamers. I don't give a shit what they really do. I don't see them as these perennial fucking superstars as most people do. I think they're just one-way guards who don't even play any semblance of defense. Let's be fucking real, kids. Let's be real. They play no semblance of defense. And wow, each and every fucking time they may have a decent regular season, their entirety in terms of, looking at postseason, it's just atrocious. But here they are sitting in first and second team. And you read the third team, it gets more ridiculous. Jason Tatum, Jimmy Butler, Rudy Gobert, Ben Simmons, and Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook should not even be in this fucking list. Straight up. He should not be in this fucking list. Ben Simmons, questionable. Jimmy Butler, third team? Really? Really? Unbelievable. Nikola Jokic should be in contesting for that first team spot. I would even argue Jimmy Butler should be in that fucking first team spot. How fucking dare you overlook this guy? You think James Harden is better than Jimmy Butler right now? Man, one-on-one, Jimmy Buckets would take fucking Harden to the cleaners, man. Not just on offense. Defense, motherfucker. Defense. Jimmy Buckets has got it, man. And I'm just sorry. This list was atrocious to read. And I thought, okay, cool. NBA experts don't know shit. I mean, we discussed this about mainstream media talking heads. All those assholes on First Take, the twat in the Colin Cowherd show, the undisputed dipshits. The first things first and then the fucking speak for yourself motherfuckers. All these assholes and every other fucking subpar segment shows on ESPN. None of these motherfuckers actually watch the game. Nor do they actually research a fucking number. They get their fucking producers to highlight some bullshit point to push their narrative, and that's it. How the fuck is James Harden a goddamn first team All-NBA player? Makes no fucking sense. It doesn't. Damian Lillard, second team? These two fucking washed up assholes need to be third team or not even on these goddamn lists. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. God damn it. Basketball, you know what? You know how you have to thrive in basketball? Play two ways. Yeah, offense and defense. That's what the greatest players in the game actually do. Holy fuck. It's like trying to teach rocket science to kids nowadays. Like, hey, guys, Mike D'Antoni, long-term, will never work because you need to play defense. Oh, surprise. So fucking stupid. But listen, man, the woke league of Chinese basketball isn't the only league susceptible to fan stupidity. It's not. It also happens in the NHL. That's right, boys and girls. National Hockey League, where the Western Conference Final is over. The Dallas Stars take a 4-1 win, the Western Conference Final Series against the Vegas Golden Knights. And again, I want to tell the Dallas Stars and Dallas Stars fan base, congratulations on the series win. I hope you guys fucking kill it and win the goddamn cup. I like Dallas. I love visiting Dallas. And man, if I had a choice in the near future, I would love to have a place in Dallas and just live there. That'd be great. But the stupidity from the fandom within Las Vegas specifically has been just the next level of toxic bullshit that I've been seeing. And I gotta tell you, man, all these Vegas fans that keep fucking chirping and blaming Robin Lehner, our goaltender, you're retarded. You are genuinely retarded if you think Robin Lehner is at fault for causing that series loss. Look at all the fucking forwards that couldn't score shit for 5 fucking games. Look at the goddamn defensive turnovers with the puck. Behind or, right in front of the fucking blue line. In the goddamn neutral zone. The turnovers were ridiculous. Your forechecking felt like dog shit. And best of all, your power play was absolutely anemic. So really, you're going to sit there and blame Robin Lehner? Are you fucking kidding me, Vegas fans? You fuckers are insane. Okay? And you know what? I'm a cynical enough sports ball fan. I'm a realistic enough sports ball fan to realize that you're not going to win all the time. And guess what? Sometimes you suck compared to the other opponent. And the Dallas Stars were buttoned up, focused, hungrier, and ready to go. Vegas, you weren't. Suck it up. You got a lot of shit to do in the offseason. I know McCrimmon and George McPhee have a lot of fucking work to do. And man, I wouldn't be surprised if you see one or two big names leaving this team. I mean, I could see a piece on defense, like maybe a Nick Holden, maybe. But my guess would be maybe a Paul Stasny. Kind of gets moved, but man, if you're blaming Robin Lehner still as a Vegas Golden Knights fan, you need your fucking eyes checked. You got to read some fucking stat scores. You got to actually watch the fucking games. You are insane if you think Robin Lehner was at fault for that shit. That's unbelievable. The amount of fucking ignorance coming from this fan base these days, it's disgusting. And no, I actually got asked because I was complaining about the fan base in the Golden Knights review. You know, why don't you join the Stars fan base? No, man, no. Listen, the reality is I shit on my teams, but I would never leave them. I really do believe in sports monogamy. I mean, once you're with your team, you're with them forever, through better or worse. And this is no exception with the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm bitching and moaning all fucking day, but that's my team. I'm not going to change Vegas Golden Knights fandom to some other bullshit. I'm not. It's just not going to happen. And because of the cynicism, because of the realism, I can take criticism from my team. And none more so than Urinating Tree on YouTube, who, dude, I fucking love Urinating Tree. I love this dude's perspective. I love his just cynical, dark humor. And he actually posted a 90-second clip. And he does this a lot with sports ball and you know, elimination games specifically. And he did a congratulations Vegas Golden Knights video. And it's more like a congratulation, you know, misspelled, you know, that video game fucking faux pas a couple decades back. But the shit posting was so fucking good. And I felt, oh God, we deserve every fucking ire coming our way. We as a fan base, we as a team deserve every load of shit coming our way because we're entitled cunts. Let's be real, Vegas Golden Knights fans. If you don't admit to that right now, I don't know what you're thinking. I know as a Vegas Golden Knights fan, we are fucking spoiled cunts. And man, losing to the Western Conference Final to a better team, it sucks. It does. But, you know, thinking about it, though, it's an expansion team that's only been around for 3 years and made it to 2 Western Conference Finals, 1 Stanley Cup Final. And, yeah, each and every time, you know, we exit the playoffs, it's in very brutal, heartbreaking fashion. And let's be fair, super fucking embarrassing. But I wouldn't know any other fucking way to cheer for a team. It's just one-way street for me. And yeah, go Knights go, even though they're dead. And best of luck to the Stars. And they will have to wait a little bit because the Eastern Conference Final is still going down. The New York Islanders stay alive in the series 2-3. And in a critical Game 5, when you're down 3-1, the New York Islanders take this game to double overtime and grab a 2-1 win. This has been a battle of goaltenders and just not losing mental focus. And Barry Trotz, as we know, is kind of a genius at that now. I mean, with winning with the Washington Capitals, although that is against the Vegas Golden Knights, and there's a bit of an iffiness factor to that. Yet, I don't know. I look at John Cooper and think, will you do it? Will you actually get through this time around? Or are you going to fart yourself out again? I don't know. But whichever team comes out of this, no matter what, I still want the Stars to win. That's just me personally. It's nothing against, you know, the Tampa Bay Lightning, although I think John Cooper is a very overrated head coach, and the Tampa Bay Lightning are, I don't know, even though they're different, they still may have that potential to choke. But yeah, Barry Trotz, I got respect for the guy. Yeah, he beat the Vegas Golden Knights in the Stanley Cup Final with the Washington Capitals, but I wasn't mad. I mean, Trotz seems like a good dude. Ovechkin, a legend in the sport. finally lifts his cup. So I wasn't really all that mad. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting series. But speaking of the Washington Capitals, they are moving in a new direction in head coaching. And kids, book this and check this. Episode number 243 of the Sky Lounge podcast. I said this. Peter Laviolette will probably become the head coach of the Washington Capitals. And lo and behold, the Capitals signed Peter Laviolette as a new coach through a 3-year, $4 million per year contract. God damn. You better hope you can get out of the first round next season. Jesus, after the Cup final win, it's been first round exits, and new head coach, hopefully something different. Now, Peter Laviolette did some great stuff over there in Nashville, and maybe he didn't deserve to be fired. So because he has this offseason to link up with the Washington Capitals and just try to influence his philosophy on the squad, the Capitals just might get that next push. Hell, maybe they get to the fucking Eastern Conference Final next season. Who the hell knows? But very interesting. You know, the NHL swapping coaching seats are just hilarious because it always happens. It always happens like that. But what also happens in the NHL is, hey, if you play well, you get fucking paid. And the Minnesota Wild sees to do that with Jonas Brodin, a 7-year, $42 million contract, so an annual average earning salary of about $6 million per year. Seems like a good long-term investment to a good defenseman, but the real question with the Wild is, can you have playoff relevancy? Can you have playoff staying power? You know, go for a push run? You know, kind of like what the Vancouver Canucks did, you know, with a very, you know, quote unquote low potential squad relative to how people saw it, you know, based on the booking odds, based on all the quote unquote experts, hockey analysts, and all these things. Minnesota is going to be a very curious team because not just today. I mean, they're going to continue to, you know, twerk things around with their ass, maybe. But if you want to talk about ass and the Minnesota Wild, their relation with trading with the Buffalo Sabres today to send Eric Staal to Buffalo and acquire Marcus Johansson seems like kind of a curious but interesting move. For the Buffalo Sabres, I mean, it comes down to, can you actually fucking do something that's not in the first 2 months of the season? Like, you are ruining Jack Eichel's career slowly but surely. If you can't figure your shit out as a team, this is fucked. Eric Staal is in his late 30s. I have no idea what you're expecting in terms of production from this guy. Maybe he does well. I mean, he has been doing really, really well in the Minnesota Wild, but good Lord, man. What the hell are you actually going to do in the upcoming season? Prove it to me first, because I don't really give a shit about what the Buffalo Sabres do in the first 2 months of the season. Because we've seen what happens. We've seen the fucking collapses. It's horrendous. But it's going to be a curious watch. And again, Minnesota trying to strive for that playoff run. And it's going to be a very curious watch. And speaking of curious watches, the Arizona Coyotes go ahead and hire Bill Armstrong as their new GM, former Blues assistant GM, signing a 5-year contract. But this is the question for the Arizona Coyotes moving forward. Obviously, you're still in the Pacific Division, but with the, you know, introduction of the Seattle Kraken to the NHL and them moving to the Pacific, the Arizona Coyotes will be headed to the Central Division. Now, the Pacific Division in the upcoming, you know, next season feels as though it's going to get better. It feels like it's going to, despite the Pacific usually being just kind of a shit show in terms of quality and the teams, I get a weird feeling that teams like the LA Kings, teams like, I mean, even the San Jose Sharks, right? They, even the Anaheim Ducks, I mean, hell, even the Anaheim Ducks, they can potentially cause problems and headaches. And you still got Calgary, you still got Edmonton, Vegas is still around. And I'm just very curious as to what the staying power of the Arizona Coyotes will be. Is the whole playoff appearance this year kind of an anomaly, or will they be pretty consistent about that? Very curious to watch, especially when they go to the Central Division when it is just a fucking division of chaos and just pure power. So, interesting. Very interesting. Boys and girls, the world of football has also been very interesting. Lionel Messi becomes the second player after Cristiano Ronaldo to have a career earning totaling $1 billion. Jesus Christ, that is a lot. Kudos to him. And of course, he's still in Barcelona. But my whole question with him is, when is he going to get to Manchester City? Because Manchester United fans are going to get salty as shit. And man, I am very curious to watch this whole episode play out. Because in the Premier League, match day 1's over. And Arsenal is still being on top of the league. Yeah, I can relax a little bit today and for the upcoming weekend. But it is very curious because obviously Manchester City, Manchester United didn't play over the weekend because of their extended break from participation in European competitions, even though they got their fucking asses kicked. And because they're not playing, Burnley and Aston Villa aren't playing. So 4 clubs that haven't played, and you are probably going to get a new look as to what they could potentially do. And maybe those teams in United, City, Burnley, or Villa can cause some problems. And when you speak of Aston Villa, Emi Martinez. Man, Emi Martinez. He finally completes his move to Aston Villa. I know we've been talking about it for quite some time, a couple of episodes, but it's official. The club announces it. Everything's all set. Aston Villa gets all the shirt and shit ready. And so all I can say is, Emi, you were with this club for 10 years. You're a loyal warrior. And honestly, the last few months of you taking place of Bernardino was such a treat to watch. You just fought every single fucking time on the pitch. Every blade of grass that you just walked on, it was just, your presence alone was just a commanding force that I believe led Arsenal to win the FA Cup and the Community Shield on, honestly, like a year and a half of just sheer chaos in this club. And some way, somehow, with everybody else, you being a key part and contributor, you brought stability to this club again. And honestly, I don't know how to thank someone like that. I mean, you're forever a gooner in my eyes, and I wish you nothing but the best in Aston Villa. Maybe Aston Villa can win some fucking games at this point. Although, yeah, they beat the shit out of us, in the Premier League in the last few fucking match days. But yeah, man, I'm bummed, but at the same time, I know Emi Martinez absolutely deserves first team football. He absolutely is class. I mean, on and off the pitch. So nothing but the best, man. I hope you thrive in Aston Villa. Hell, maybe bring a cup or two over there. Remember, Aston Villa was the team that we beat an FA Cup for 4-0 in the final. So hell, maybe they get to a League Cup, maybe an FA Cup final, and Emi can be a legend over there. He's certainly a legend in Arsenal, in my mind. But, hey, when you speak of legends in Arsenal, who do you think? Well, I know most of you motherfuckers aren't Arsenal fans, but when I think Arsenal Football Club, legends like Tony Adams, Ian Wright, Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, Robert Perez, Freddie Ljungberg. And now we are entering an era where a potential legend's name can be Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He signed the ting! He signed the ting! Yeah! Ay, 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 ay! You have no idea how excited I am. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang signed a 3-year contract worth £250,000 a week. And you know what? Give him the money. I have been saying this. Please, for the love of God, pay him. I genuinely thought he was gone. I said this for months on the podcast, months on the Arsenal review. I said, oh, he's gone. He's gone. He fucking hates this club. Our club sucks. What the fuck are we actually going to do? And then, like I said, again, in the backs of Emi Martinez and all the guys contributing, we get an FA Cup and a Community Shield. Aubameyang finally gets a taste of cup success and says, I want more. I want more. I want more. And more you shall have. This is fantastic stuff. I mean, listen, I hate the fact that Arsenal is giving me hope. I should know better. I should fucking know better as an Arsenal fan. But goddamn it, man. Our captain re-signing with the club, not leaving us. It's just fucking great. It's fucking great, man. I mean, this man could have taken the Robin Van Persie route. He could have taken the Cesc Fabregas route. He could have taken the Ashley Cole route. He could have done all this shit, but he didn't. He stayed. Oh, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, man. You know, I got to get another fucking Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang jersey. Probably next year when the sales are pretty high because, dude, $100 fucking for a jersey right now, it's too expensive right now, man. Too expensive. But it's going to be too expensive is the goddamn postseason bubble for Major League Baseball. Reportedly, pretty costly. But, hey, it's postseason baseball, man. And here's the thing. I didn't realize how close we were to finishing the regular season of baseball because, ladies and gentlemen, there's only 60 games of the season. And most teams are almost reaching that 60. It's fucking insane how fast the season's gone by. And here's the thing. Postseason will begin on September 29th with the AL Wildcard Series. The 116th World Series will be set for an October 20th start. Neutral sites will be used from the Division Series onward. And here's the curious part. AL Series will be held in Los Angeles and San Diego, home of the Dodgers and Padres, respectively. NL Series will be held in Arlington and Houston, home of the Rangers, and their new home, in fact, and the Asterisk, respectively. Bubbles and neutral sites, man, this is all coming together. Postseason is all coming together. And the MLB already has tentative dates for next season. Maybe tentative, but seems pretty on fucking point to have the next season kind of start off like the way these dates are set up. Motherfucker, let's just read out the goddamn dates. Spring training on February 27th. And opening day is set for April 1st, so we won't be fools when baseball opens next season. Oh, that's a baseball! And when you speak of that's a baseball, I'm going to talk about Steve Cohen agreeing to purchasing the New York Mets for $2.4 billion. Cohen will purchase majority ownership from the Wilpon and Katz family with 95% control. Well, here's the thing. Obviously, you have your history, Cohen. But thing is, if you fuck up, A-Rod's going to be right there. A-Rod is just going to be chirping all fucking day because he is still salty about not getting fucking ownership. This dude is bringing all the fucking excuse cards and some fucking race bullshit's going to fucking pop out of A-Rod's fucking mouth because he's an idiot. Oh, he's a great player. Yeah, I know he's a great player. I know how good he was. He's an idiot. You're welcome. You sound like a fucking Boston fan. You fucking hand-picking goddamn A-Rod. No, because A-Rod's just an asshole. I don't really care for him. I don't. It doesn't have anything to do with Boston. I don't really care for A-Rod. Although, that ALCS documentary on ESPN was hilarious to watch. So, there's also that shit. But, you speak of Boston. We have a former Bostonian living in the streets of Angels. City of Angels. Within the streets. City of Angels. Joe Kelly is set to return from a suspension. Jesus fucking Christ, that felt like it was forever. I don't know. But all I know with Joe Kelly is it's time to kick ass, Joe. The little fucking pouty face. Can't wait. Can't wait! Although Joe Kelly is frustratingly inconsistent at times as a reliever, so as much as, in terms of spirit, we love Joe Kelly. Like him as an actual pitcher, like it does concern me. So hopefully he's not a detriment and be a bonus to this squad. Boys and girls, you know September when television ads are full of NFL commercials and shit. And man, football season is just off to a fantastic start. And in episode number 265, I went over Piggy Skin Picks 1 for week 1 as a review. And Piggy Skin Picks for week 2 will be up on the YouTube channel. So look out for that, Piggy Skin Picks. And for me, it's just a boatload of fun. I just talk football and just speak my opinions and, look at some odds and get more invested in the game that way. And so Thursday, Sunday, Monday, it's a beautiful time. But not for everybody. San Francisco 49ers face another injury problem. Richard Sherman expected to be out 3 weeks with a leg injury. It's unfortunate. I love Sherm, but as a Seahawks fan, all I can say is, well, that sucks. Injuries aren't fun, but hopefully the 49ers don't win games. That's all I care about. I don't want fucking San Francisco to win shit. Is that healthy? No. I think that's just fan rivalry. And that's healthy. Because ultimately, kids, sports ball keeps us sane. We need that kind of balance. We do. And on the next episode of the Sky Lounge, maybe some political dribble. Yes. All right, motherfuckers. I appreciate you dropping by this episode. Follow me at the Sky Lounge on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Google Podcast. And also check out the Sky Lounge on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And without any further ado, let's get started. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're just fucking repeating yourself over and over again? Yeah, I'm a dum-dum. But hey, if you want more dumb shit, tune into the next episode by following me on all the shit that I just listed there. Until next time, kids, fuck off. God, I'm a fucking idiot. I am.